Hello guys, welcome to Enterclimate, a leading environmental consultancy. My name is Diksha Ketani and today in this video I'll be discussing about climate change and carbon credits. Stay tuned if you want to learn interesting facts about this hot topic. So let us begin. Industrialization has proven to be very beneficial for the overall development of the world by improving people's living standards, generating more economy and increasing employment rates. But often by seeing this development, these outcomes of industrialization are negated because of its harmful effects on the environment. It has also contributed to unpredictable climate change, carbon credit and increase in the greenhouse effect. Some experts claim that the planet is constantly heating faster in 10,000 years. The American Meteorological Society has defined climate change as any fundamental change in the long-term statics of climate components over several decades. The increasing global climate and its impact on the environment and human health have pursued many international and domestic authorities to take stringent steps against institutions and businesses responsible for the emission of greenhouse gases and damaging the environment. The establishment of carbon credits as a concept was to fulfill the international policy to regulate the emission of greenhouse gases. It is defined as the authorization certificate for business that give them the right to emit 1 ton of carbon dioxide. Now, allow me to shed some light on the harmful effects of the greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases significantly contribute to the global warming, climate change and climate credit. The carbon gases that are included in the greenhouse gases are hydrofluorocarbons. This gas is mainly emitted from filing and refrigerating equipment leaks. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide contributes around 50 to 60% to global warming. Methane gas. This is the leading cause of trapping heat in the Earth's atmosphere. Sulfur hexafluoride. This gas is mainly emitted from the magnesium production industry and by the electrical and electronics manufacturing units. Now you must be wondering about the international and domestic regulations. So let me explain these in brief. After seeing the rise in the temperature of the surface of the earth at an alarming rate, many international agencies urged domestic authorities to implement international norms relating to regulating carbon credit and emission of greenhouse gases. Let us now take up an interesting topic related to this video. Yes, I am talking about the Kyoto Protocol. Kyoto Protocol was introduced on 11 December 1997 and came into force on 16 February 2005. It is one of the widely accepted protocols with around 192 signatories. Kyoto was enacted to implement the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change relating to committing the developing countries and other industrial states to reduce greenhouse gases according to the targets provided. The convention also asks those states and countries to submit yearly reports on the measures taken to fulfill the same. Now, the question arises, are there any obligation for India towards Kyoto Protocol? So, answer is yes. India became a party to the Kyoto Protocol in August 2002, having no obligation to fulfill the condition of carbon emission and developing a national report on anthropogenic emissions. Under the protocol, developing nations have further obligations to execute national and regional policies to decrease global warming while promoting innovative technology and reducing or preventing anthropogenic emissions of GHGs not controlled by the Montreal Protocol in all relevant sectors. National Action Plan on Climate Change consists of 8 public missions focused on enhancing the efficiency of vitality productivity, solar technology and feasible ecosystems. To date, 7,814 clean development mechanism projects have been registered globally and around 1,527 billion certified emission reductions from 2,574 CDM projects have been released. After knowing this much, let us now talk about the key part of the video, that is the carbon credits. Carbon credits are the market mechanism that it is introduced for the minimization of the emission of greenhouse gases. Government authorities have set a limit on the amount of greenhouse gases emissions, but for some companies or plants, adhering to these units is impossible. Therefore, they are allowed to purchase carbon credits to comply with the emission caps from the market from someone who has completed with the target. This process is called carbon trading. Next, I will be discussing the types of carbon credits. So sit back and watch the video till the end to know more about it. Carbon credits are mainly of two types. Number 1, voluntary emission reduction, also known as VER. Carbon offset exchange in the voluntary market or over the counter for credits. Number 2, certified emissions reduction, CER, intending to offset a project's emissions. Regulatory framework creates emission credits. A third hand party certifying body is the main difference between VER and CER. If you think carbon credit is a relatively new concept, think again and just look at this market overview of carbon trading in India. Recently, India has promoted and launched market for carbon trading. This has made India one of the fastest growing carbon trading economies, generating carbon credits worth approximately 30 million, the second highest transacted volume globally. The carbon trading market in India is developing at higher rates than any other sector, including IT, biotechnology and business process outsourcing. India has almost 850 projects with an investment of approximately 6,50,000 million. Carbon is traded on our country's multi-commodity exchange, the first exchange to trade carbon credits in Asia. For carbon trading, two types of markets generally operate: the compliance market and the voluntary market. The compliance market is primarily the cap and the trade market, where one can certify the project as per Clean Development Mechanism (CDM) and claim the credits by adhering to all the processes. On the other hand, in the voluntary market, there are separate autonomous registries with their own rules and parameters. Based on these rules and guidelines, the applicant needs to get his or her project registered, audited and verified by the approved third-party assessors and acquire the common credits from these registries. So, the concerned party can claim carbon credits from either or both the compliance and intended registry. They can then trade them in the global market. Once the credit is equivalent to 1000 kg of the carbon emission decrease corresponding or CO2 emission decrease corresponding, this was the base limit set by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change and under the Clean Development Mechanism when the Kyoto Protocol was launched. Among the 6 recognized greenhouse gases, CO2 has been chosen as the baseline for calculating carbon credits. Next, we will be talking about that India is quite potential in carbon trading business with its sudden growth in the market and the participation of some big companies in this field like Tata, Reliance, Birla, Ambuja, Bajaj, etc. Furthermore, many other corporations are increasing the credit of this market more. The next section in this video will discuss about the legal aspects and governing the carbon trading. India's government initiative to regularize carbon trading is reflected in the newly introduced Energy Conservation Amendment Bill. The recent reports of the World Bank indicate that India is estimated to control over 20 to 25% of carbon trade globally, making it the world's largest beneficiary of carbon trading. In India, carbon credit has been on the National Commodity and Derivative Exchange limited to only a future contract. For the unversed, a future contract is a consignment agreement between two parties to trade a definite asset of consistent quantity and quality at a stated date at a future price agreed today. The agreements are dealt on a future exchange. These agreements are only appropriate to goods in the form of movable property other than actionable claim, money and securities. Moreover, contract made for carbon credits in India are governed by the Indian Contract Act 1872. Have you heard about energy saving certificates? If not, then update yourself now. Energy saving certificates are authorized under National Mission for Enhanced Energy Efficiency. It is issued to manufacturing plants that have saved energy by employing various methods over their targets. Further, if any industry has not achieved its targets, purchasing energy saving certificates from overachievers is facilitated through trading certificates on the power exchanges platform. Talking about how India can benefit more from the carbon credit and trading, it would be wrong to say that India can use various methods to extract benefits out of carbon credits and trading in the following ways. Number 1, the financial gain generated from carbon credit trading can be used to create profitable renewable energy projects. Number 2, carbon credits can be a driving force for money energy saving initiatives if adequately used. Number 3, the industry of carbon credit trading can also be used to open the market to new businesses related to the renewal of energy sources, hence creating more job opportunities for the people and increasing our country's GDP. Let us now quickly discuss about the carbon trading and reduction in carbon emission. Under the Kyoto Protocol, suppose the countries reduce their carbon emission by adopting various methods like solar panel plants or planting trees. In that case, they could sell the carbon credit to the developed countries to complete their target. This strategy will encourage developing countries to reduce their carbon emissions, and developed countries already have their obligations to fulfill. Just like everything has to face some hurdles, there are certain challenges faced during carbon trading as well. There have been a lot of changes and amendments in the market which were not taken into account. In India, some projects have a tremendous amount of carbon credits, but their market value is not estimated correctly, discouraging new businesses and the overall market environment. Apart from this, taxation is also a very big concern. There has been an ambiguity about the tax imposed on the income generated through carbon credits. There is a considerable demand from the particular section of carbon credit investors that the income generated from it needs to be tax free. Needless to say that the topic might have intrigued you to the core, but the challenges posed might have urged you to think about some help that may come as a boon to you. So the answer is Enterclimate. We offer personalized legal assistance through the process of obtaining carbon credits easily. We offer comprehensive guidance individually, catering to your specialized need. Our expert team also delivers thorough service for applying for legal exchange of carbon credits. So here I end this video on carbon credits and climate change. If you found the video interesting, don't forget to like and share it. Also, do subscribe our channel for watching more such informative videos. In case of any queries, feel free to reach us by contacting on the details being shown on your screens below. Thank you.